in North Carolina. You hear that rooster? Let me see. Let me see crows again. You hear that, right? It reminds me of Puerto Rico. A lot of things that I miss about Puerto Rico. Every state that I've gone to, every state has taught me something. Even though Puerto Rico is not a state, it's a commonwealth, um, and it has taught me a lot. Today, I wanted to do a live Friday afternoon. Nothing else to do. My car is getting, I'm doing the struts in the car. So that's gonna take an hour. So I just decided to come on here, do a live with you guys, see what you guys wanted to talk about. Did you see Biden? He had his head down yesterday because of what happened in Kabul. Just these are things that it was something was bound to happen anyway, regardless of whether, we pulled out now or we pulled out earlier. I think we could have, even if we would, even if we would do it strategically, something would happen. But what could have not happened, and it shouldn't have happened, is those 13 soldiers shouldn't have died, because if you can take over Kabul, and the United States forces, you can take over Kabul in 24 hours. Simple. Simple. They don't have anything bigger than we do. But I don't know what's forcing him not to send more troops. Just secure the area. Make sure that no one gets killed. Let everybody gets it, and let the Taliban know, and let all these ISIS know. You mess with us, we're gonna come after you. I mean, even though Donald Trump says he got rid of ISIS, but what happened? It was a group called ISIS K. What is it? ISIS K.20? Gracias. What is that? What truly is that? But it's just shocking. We shouldn't have been in that war anyway. There are many wars that we shouldn't be in. Like I said before, for each and every one of you guys who have gotten a job at Delta Airlines, congratulations. I'm glad that my video has helped. I'm trying to make more videos for you guys to do houses, but I need you guys to understand one thing though. Don't let. Pretty soon there's gonna be a lot of people out in the streets because of the moratorium. We hope that it doesn't happen. I just saw today that landlords have not gotten paid by the federal government. There's still $89 billion to be shelled out to these landlords who have not gotten paid, whether it's because of the pandemic or because they have not submitted the paperwork. But landlords do have a right to get paid, and landlords, if you're a landlord, the same program that applies to the tenants not paying, same things applies to you guys for you to do the paperwork for you to get paid by the federal government. So all I can say is to those people who have not paid, I hope that you've taken your money and you put it in a good use, and you buy yourself a house after they're about to evict you. So you don't want to pay. If you're going to pay $14,000 for back rent, you might as well pay $14,000 to put that as a down payment in a house, and you be paying you paying less in a mortgage than you would in rent. Think about that. I understand everybody can't rent the house. Everybody can't, because the situation they're in, they can be, they want to be close to the city and expensive. But look where I'm at. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. All this backyard is mine. Up to that tree. Up to that tree. You see, that's a fire pit right there. That's where I burn my wood. You can do it here because you're out of the city limits. Up to that pole right there, that's my property. From there, going all the way up there. All right? And then, that's not, the back of there is not my property. You see, look, I'm going to show you something. My barbecue. All right? My barbecue. And all this, except for the house. Sorry. All this is mine. That house right there is mine. That's an upstairs and a downstairs. That tree's mine. I cut it up, some of it. And and that's a $70,000 home. Has an upstairs and a finished basement. In the basement, I have a bathroom, a kitchen, 2 bedrooms for $70,000. And if you go all the way up there, 10 minutes away, you got Walmart. You got we don't got Target. We got Walmart. You got Taco Bell, doctor's office. You got cardiologists. You got podiatrists. You got dentists. You got ophthalmologists. You have basically everything that you want to in for a small town, and that's $70,000 for the whole house. It cost me roughly it's $499 a month. I know a lot of people say, but it's not your house, it's the bank's house. The same way when you rent the house, it's not your house, it's somebody else's house. But this is mine. If I want to cut down the tree, I can cut down the tree. If I want to burn the house down, because I could burn I'm making the arson charge. But if I wanted to paint it, if I wanted to, actually say, I want to take off the top of the house and I'm just going to leave the bottom of the house, I could do that. I could do that. The mortgage is only $499. Compared to what I was paying in New York, I was paying in New York $2,200 for something, I would say 3 times smaller than this. And look at now, I'm in my backyard doing live with you guys. The other one had a backyard, but it's nowhere near this size. The lot completely, and where I used to live at was the whole lot with the house and everything was like 7,000 and something square. It was a small lot, it's a small apartment. It had 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. The living room and the kitchen were right there. I'm literally when you open the door, you were just a small little place. You were in the living room, and then to the living room, boom, you were in the kitchen. So there was no maybe an inch apart. So then I got tired. I said, you know what? Let me look. I was gonna look somewhere else. I was gonna look. I wanted more upstate. I was gonna do upstate New York. We went all the way up to Syracuse. When we went to Syracuse, the houses that they showed us, one house was good, and then the other houses were bad. So that's not a good neighborhood. I don't care about. I don't know. I mean, personally, I don't care about the neighborhood because I'm from the Bronx. I'm from the South Bronx. And I get along with everybody. That's just my persona. But then we was gonna go to Utica. And Utica, New York is good to live in. And then we saw a place in Syracuse that we liked that I was gonna get. We even made an offer. But when we made an offer, the other person got us the offer by $1,000. Hey guys, and to buy a house is not that hard. You don't need a big down payment. Don't let that get out of your mind. You don't need a big down payment to get a house. You know how much I put here for this house? It was $588 because I got a USDA loan, right? And being that my house was appraised for the same amount or more, when it's appraised for the same amount or more, then you can put in your down payment into that. And my down payment was nothing. So my down payment was maybe like $2,000 some dollars. They rolled that into the loan. And my mortgage was $494. $494 for all this, guys. For all this. And my down payment was, so I put down my initial payment was $580 because I had to pay the interest of the month and then the following interest. So I signed contract February the 3rd of 2020. I didn't have to pay again until February, March, until April the 1st. But they give you a grace period of 15 days, so you have up to April the 15th to pay. If not, they hit you with interest. You don't want to do that. So it's $499. But if you looked at it, the mortgage is $499. But when I looked at the bill and counted it down, most of it goes down to principals. $300 and some odd dollars goes in principal loans. That means they get that money. They're getting $300 and some odd dollars out of the $70,000. So when you buy a house, okay, always double the house that you're gonna buy. At 30 years, you're gonna end up paying double. So this house right here, it cost me $70,000. If I keep it like this at paying it at the rate that I'm paying it, at 30 years, this will be double. This will be twice the amount that I be paying. So I'll be paying $140,000 to $145,000 at 30 years. Okay. So if you buy a $200,000 house in 30 years, you'll be paying $400,000 for it, which is the interest rate. But if you put a big down payment, then the interest rate is low. If my mortgage is $499 and I put in $700 a month, that cuts down my yearly payments by a lot, because I'm putting more. I'm putting into the interest. So when I got my final bill at the end of December, I have had, out of the thousands of dollars that I paid in mortgage for the year, only 1,000 some odd dollars went towards the house. Towards the house, guys. So that means I got $69,000. $69,000 to go towards the house. The rest was in interest. So if you're paying $1,000 a month, try to pay 1,500. If you could afford 1,500, pay that 1,500. That's what I did. That's what I did with my stimulus money. I paid 6 months in advance, and then come in a few couple of months when I have more money, I'm gonna put up 2 or 3 more months in interest. And my interest is three something. I think it's 350, 352. So I put like $950 towards the interest. That knocks down a lot of years of your interest rates if you could do that. But remember, you're always paying for the interest, just like a car. In a car, you're always paying for the interest. Like I told my son today, he said, "Dad, I want to get a car that I could pay for it in a month." I said, "Well, why you want to get a car?" Well, number one, you're only 18. You have to be 21. Number two, I make credit for you so you can get a house. When you buy a car, devalues. A house does not devalue. A house you can always add to it. When you add to a house, you're making it more valuable. A friend of mine, when he bought his house back in 1971 in New York, in the Bronx, the house was worth $55,000. When he sold it, it was worth over $300,000. So in a 20-year period, 25-year period, it got value. And here where I live at, they're doing Purina, more. Amazon is going down to Greensboro, to Winston-Salem. So a lot of people, those areas, Winston-Salem and Winston-Salem, Greensboro, those areas are getting bad. High Point is getting bad. So people wouldn't mind coming up to this part of town because look at this. This is all country. So you come up here and you just drive 40 minutes. You drive 40 minutes, or you drive 50 minutes into town, into Greensboro, an hour into Winston Salem. And guys, and to go to Greensboro from here, it's just straight at 70 miles per hour. 'Cause that's the speed limit until you get to a certain point. Until you get to, I think, to Brown Summit, and it's just straight, no lights, just straight down, and it's a breeze. So you got that. So a lot of people will work at Amazon. A lot of people would work at these big companies that will work there, and they just commute up here because life up here is much more easier. Mira, me va pasando vacuum. Cuando termine aquí, me pasa vacuum en carro tu maíz. Cuando yo termino, te apures, yo te aviso. ¿Tienes prisa? Espera. It's my son. So, so think about it. When we're in school, we're not taught these things to buy a house, to buy a car. We just taught that we gotta go to college, we gotta become a doctors or lawyers or whatever the case may be. College is not for everybody. A degree is overrated. I believe that all you gotta know is all you gotta do in that life is have a vision, know math, and, know how to read. Right. You gotta read to see what you're signing. You gotta write so you know how to sign. And the rest is just easy. You just have to have a vision. I mean, there are certain things that you do need a degree. Don't get me wrong, but everything's not college material. Everybody doesn't want to go out there and go to college and do what society wants them to do. Most of the people, if you look at statistic, most of the people that go into college don't end up graduating at what they majored in because shift you know shift changes, things changes. A lot of people go in, okay, but my parents wants me to become this, my parents wants me to become that, and then when they go into college they find something else just like boring, stuff like that. So things change. So and and a degree doesn't guarantee you a good paying job. Really don't. With so many things going on today, maybe that was the facto back in the 80s. But we're in 2021, and in 2021, all it takes is ideas, guys. In order for you to make it in this world, all it takes, especially here in the United States, I don't know somewhere else, but all it takes is ideas, and it takes you ideas, and it's gonna take you the vision, And you have to have that fervent move that you want to say, I want to do this, I need to do this. And that's it, the push. You need that push. Entrepreneurship is moving in this country a lot faster than most people would think. And with the pandemic, a lot of people have shifted from one job to do something completely different because the pandemic has altered the way of living. Now they can no longer, they can't go to the office 9 to 5 or whatever the shift was. They can't be doing the same thing that they were doing before, and if they're doing the same thing, they don't have their friends next to them, their co-workers, they can laugh. So things have changed. People like, they realize this is not what I want to do. Let me do something else. And people have done that. People have moved on and have done a career change. And it has worked for them. Why? Because the pandemic has given them that time of leisure. You know, uh, you get to spend more time with your kids. You get to know your kids. And when knowing your kids, you get to have ideas and stuff like that. So, you look at it as, I always look at things in a bright side. There's a silver lining to everything. Um, so this pandemic has brought so many deaths. So many people have gotten sick, but it's also brought some people together. It has also brought people, have changed people's perception of something. Has brought a lot of conspiracy theories. um, and people have opened up new businesses. People have changed ideas. People have changed everything because of the pandemic. You know, when we first got the pandemic, I went to house, make sure that my neighbors are. What up, Mr. Randall? What you doing, my man? They're elderly, so I made sure they were okay. If they wanted me to go to the store for them. Were they okay food wise, supply wise? Were they okay? They were cool. You know, I'm younger than they are, so I believe, as I'm being younger than they are, I take it my responsibility to help them out. I take my responsibility to watch out for them. Because these people, I live in a place that people don't even have cameras, but my cameras catch everything. So like the other day there was an accident in front of my house, and my camera caught it. And in this, the people have a in the living room. You having a baby? So in front of my house there was an accident, and these people out here. This is one of the main roads for truckers, and they fly. So apparently the guy that was coming from this side, he had to stop because he was coming this way, right? And he had to stop because idiots coming from this side. This one guy behind him wanted to pass him. It's a solid lane. You can't pass him on a solid lane, but they do this shit all the time. So they go from one side to the other to pass the driver and go forward. So this guy had to wait. This guy had to wait here so this car can pass him by. So as he waited here, the other girl came, boom, hit him from behind. A third girl, congratulations. Mr. Random is having a girl. All right. I can't whistle. Congratulations, Mr. Random. Congratulations to you and the missus. Well, she's doing all the work, bro. Missus doing all the work. Everybody, whoever, that's Mr. Random, got a cool channel, so check it out. So yeah, so people run here. So it's mad. It's like I find it my job to help these people out. Everybody here is related. You see, if you see the back behind me, this property belongs to that man over there, that house over there. He owns that property. He owns like 4 acres, 5 acres back there. All that is his. All this is his. The house is that. So you just imagine back in the days, him having all this land. And land in America is cheap, guys. Land in America is cheap. The only thing is that they don't teach us that in school. So you want to rent the house. You want to rent the car. You want to rent an apartment. You want to get land. Get land. But make sure that when you get land, that land is able to have water, and you just don't get water. You just don't get land just to have land. You make sure that there's water that water can be put through there, that light can be put. Because I have well water. I can go with city water, but at this moment in time I like more well water. It's cheaper. I mean, I don't have to pay for water, and I don't have to pay for sewage, because when you pay for sewage, that's a pain in the ass too. So the only thing bad about the well water, that it smells bad for some odd reason. And I changed my nanorod. I changed it. and it's still. I need a filter. I had a guy who was gonna come to get a filter. He never came. When it comes to stuff like that, I'm not. I'm savvy. Computer wise, I'm savvy. Science wise, I'm savvy. But certain things that I'm not savvy at. That's one of those things. And my well is I think 100 feet down. So I need someone to come over and put a filter so that well doesn't smell. Because I know they said it was the nanorod, so I changed. I didn't change the nanorod. I changed the whole complete water, the heat, the heater, the water heater, because it was old. That water heater was from 1980, I think it was. And I don't like having stuff that old. So I changed the water heater. I changed the pump. So the water heater is like maybe 9 months old. The pump is like 6 months old. So those two have changed. I did a whole new French drain up there. So remember my ceiling, I mean, in my basement was leaking when there was a lot of rain. That's because there was a crack on one of the French drains. So I took out the French drain out and I put PVC pipes on it. Um, drill little hose and I put the PVC pipe, and that was thanks to Mr. Ray Roberts who helped me out. And that's it. And little by little, I've been taking care of my house. I do my own cleaning outside the house. I don't pay nobody. They want $300 for you to clean the outside of the house. Well, all you have to do is just take for that amount of money. You take a pressure, water pressure, and that's it. Or you just take like I do. I take a broom, a broom, my water hose, put the ladder on. That's it. My house come, and the house is white because it becomes green because of the leaves. You know. So there are certain things that when you get a house, I suggest that you become savvy, because a lot of times the simplest thing to do, people will charge you an arm and a leg for. Mr. Random, what you gonna name her? So Mr. Random had a little girl in August. All right, Jay Lee. Oh, that's nice. There was a Spanish girl in the Bronx. She wanted to become a. I don't know what happened. I haven't seen her in a while. She was rapping. Her name was Jay Lee. Jay Lee Random. That's cool, man. Kids are great, man. Kids are great. But to raise a kid in today's age is so hard. I mean, you have to have courage. To be honest with you, you have to have courage because it's not easy. It's not. Kids are growing up. Either they're growing up too fast, or society is growing too fast, because you be seeing things that you didn't see in my time. You didn't. I mean, this is. I feel bad for today's society. You know, everything is everything is gaming, 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 and challenges. And I mean, think about it this way, guys. And this is for me. If your kid loves so much game, if your kid loves to play PlayStation, if your kid loves to play Xbox, if your kid loves to play computers, why don't you put them in a coding school? Right now, they're giving free coding classes, and that's how you do. And that's how you program games. All these big techs, Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, all of them, all of them, they've learned gaming through coding. So I mean, they like the computers from the beginning, but they learn how to code. That's how you. And so instead of playing PlayStation all day, or playing Xbox all day, or playing computer games, become a developer. Teach your kids how to code so they can become a developer. Look, fucking Minecraft. Minecraft, that's a stupid game. Minecraft was sold for over $1 billion. There was another game called The Bird, which was something like, how you draw a bird? It was that. Just a bird. That was sold for $1 billion too. These games are getting so ridiculous. Look at that. They opened up when they did WhatsApp. WhatsApp was sold to Facebook for billions of dollars. And these just guys with ideas. Guys with ideas. You know. So if your kids like that, put them into a code. Now they do it, like I said, now they're doing coding for free. And it takes maybe 2 or 3 weeks for your kids to learn. But it's awesome to do, because they can program their own games. They can do their own gaming. If you're gonna do something for so long, you might as well take advantage of it and do it. You know, just don't, you know, just don't, if you like mechanic work, just don't sit there and watch someone do mechanic work. Ask the mechanic, could I help you? Can I learn? A barber or an electrician, whatever it is that that floats your boat, do it. But don't be spending time on these video games if you're not going to do something with it. I tell myself that all the time. If you're gonna play Xbox every day and give money to Mr. Bill Gates for his game or for these add-ons, do your own game. Right now, the one thing to do, guys, if you have a chance for your kids, or if you want to make good money for the future, cybersecurity. Cybersecurity, it's easy. Cybersecurity is something that you could do maybe in 6 months. You could learn, and you can just work with a company, and then you learn as you go. But cybersecurity, with everything that's being hacked nowadays, everything that's hackable nowadays, you can make good money. You really can. Once you're doing nothing now, go to a school that's 6 months, or you can do it online 6 months, and online you do it on your own pace. You do 6 months, you get certified, you go to a job, yeah, cybersecurity, cybersecurity, and you start off, I don't know, maybe $40,000, $50,000 a year, and you work your way up. Because we're being hacked a lot. That's why I don't put too many information on my cell phone. I don't do none of that. Cell phone, I don't. Cell phones is one thing. A lot of people cry, my freedom, my freedom, my freedom, but they don't see it that when you open up Facebook, and then you open up Facebook for your very first time, you'll see that in the beginning it's asking you permission. If you go to, put it this way, go to any of your apps, especially Facebook. Go to your Facebook app where it says settings. Go to the app and click on it, and you're gonna see what you're giving it permission to do. You're giving Facebook permission to see your videos, to see your calls, to make phone calls, to record phone calls, to record you or to record from your phone, to see your text and make text. You're giving them a lot. Here you are in a country where you say you're violating my freedom of right. I mean, you're violating my freedom of speech. I can't. You're mandating me to do this because that's taking away my rights. But you're giving your rights away when you give Facebook the rights to look at your phone. That's what you're doing. So you give them a right to do this. You give them a right to that. You give them. You mandate. You say, well, I'm not doing mandates. I'm not doing masks. It's my body, my choice. And it's funny when people say that. When people say it's my body, my choice, but yet these are the same people that says no to abortion. But it's their body, it's their choice. So you can't have two. You can't have your egg and eat it. I mean, your cake and eat it at the same time. You gotta be adamant in what you do. I'm the type of person, to believe it or not, I don't like religion, but I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ and I believe in the Holy Spirit. But I also believe that you're entitled to your own opinion. I believe that you're entitled to your own choices. I had a girl one time that she had an abortion, and she said, no, I didn't, but I know she did. And even though I was against it, if you would have told me, at the end of the day, and it's not, and it's not, and I wasn't. See, I'm not against abortion because the Bible says abortion, because the Bible never said anything about abortion. The Bible doesn't even talk anything about abortion. So I don't know why these religious people keep saying abortion is a sin, because the Bible never says that. The Bible says thou shalt not kill. And when the Bible says thou shalt not kill, it's not go around killing like Jeffrey Dahmer does, or you just go around killing people just randomly like you do. That you don't do. But if you have to defend yourself, I'm assuming that that's okay, because you defend yourself. It's your life over mine. And I don't think God's going to say anything about that. But when you say abortion, that's a life. We don't know. Just think about it. The Bible says you should not commit any sexual immoralities. Right? But think about the big concept here. Here are these religious people saying having an abortion is a sin, but it took a sin to get to that sin, right? So these two people immorally had sex. They were not married because they said people in religion said you have to be married in order for you to have sex, because that's what God wants. But here you are, you're having a child, you're having sex without being married, and you conceive and you have a child, right? So you say to yourself, you cannot have an abortion because that's against God. But this person already, this person. What about this person who had sex? Isn't that a sin? Right? So you can look one. You cannot look at one without looking at the. And then this part, as far as the abortion is concerned, you cannot say the Bible said, because the Bible says nothing about abortion. The Bible says thou shalt not kill. To me, that's going around killing people. Okay, that's nothing to do with fetuses. There's nothing to do with any of that. And God never spoke about that. Jesus never spoke about that. The disciples never spoke about it. So it is what it is. But my feelings towards abortion, I believe, is that it's your body, your choice. But I also believe that you shouldn't. If you're not going, if you're going to have sex, then you should use either condoms. You should either use some sort of protection, so that way this way you don't have that 9 month belly. Um, I don't believe. I believe that if you're going to have an abortion, like in my case, when she had an abortion, she didn't consult me. I was going to be okay with it anyway, because, like I said, it's her body, her choice. But I would say I don't want you to have an abortion, just for the simple reason that because I was responsible enough. We had a relationship. We were together for a year and a half, but we were at a relationship that we was going to get married, and that was our thought. But getting married and having a future. So I wanted to have a child with her. You know, I saw a future with her. So to me, it was like, okay, fine. I don't want, if she would have asked me, I would have said, I don't want you to have an abortion because I want to spend time with you. I want to be with you. You and I are going to be together. We were engaged. But if I know that I'm not going to be in her life, right, then there's no point in me having a child with her, because I firmly believe that a child needs both his parents. I firmly believe, whether it's in the same house or it's separate, but I firmly believe a child needs both the parents. And I'm not going to be irresponsible enough to have sex with a woman, do what I got to do, get her pregnant and leave, because that's not me. I'm not the type of person, I'm not the type of man that goes, oh, the condom is, I didn't use a condom because it was too tight. That's bullshit. Or I ejaculated inside of her because I was too tired of coming out. Or I busted a nut. Whatever way you want to use it. A man has to be responsible as a woman. A man even has to be more responsible because he is the one that could get her pregnant. Okay, that half and half. So a girl responsibility is to be on the pills or say wear a condom. And if there wasn't no condom, then that's it. Then there was no sex. It's plain and simple as that. Because to have sex is a responsibility, guys. And if you have your kids, if your kids are gonna have sex, you gotta tell them this is a responsibility. What's the responsibility? Then you can get a sexually transmitted disease. You can get the girl pregnant. Then what is the responsibility now? Are you gonna drop out of school to take care of the baby? Because you have to take care of the baby. So this notion about abortion, no. I was saying, so when she had an abortion and she didn't tell me, I was pretty mad. Not because she had an abortion, because she didn't let me know. She didn't let me give her my opinion. And at the end, like I said, at the end of the day, I was gonna tell her, okay, your body, your choice, I support you. Whatever you choose to do, it's your choice. At least I would have gotten that. I would have gotten those two words or that sense in. But I was never given that chance. And why? Because she was a lonely girl. Right? And when I say lonely, she was the only girl of her family. She had no brothers. She had no sisters. Her family came from Italy. They're very, very Italian. They were very, very Catholic. She told her mother she was pregnant. They never told her father. And I guess her mother convinced her. You know what's that to be? You know what's that to be there, 4 months watching your baby grow. We had the name. We had everything, and just to get an abortion because your parents, because you may think of what your father may think, because you may think of what the father of the church may think, or what the priest may think. No, you know, but it is what it is. So I feel that it's your body, your choice. You do as you please, but you have to be responsible. You just can't go out there and be having sex with every Dick, Tom, and Harry, getting pregnant by every Tom, Dick, and Harry, and have an abortion. No, that's a no good. That's no good. That's no good. We have the sad thing about it is that we have women here who can get pregnant, who want to get pregnant, who will be great mothers, and then you have women here like my ex-wife, who has kids galore, and don't see them. Her first two kids, she never saw them after the first year because she took out a knife on her second child. Our daughter, to this day, my daughter's 20 years old, never seen her mother. Her mother lives in Yonkers, and I moved to Staten Island, and she's never seen her daughter. She doesn't want to see her daughter. For whatever reason it is, I don't know. But she has two little kids that she raised on her own. I guess she doesn't like the boys. I mean, I guess she don't like girls. And so she didn't see her two kids. She didn't see my daughter. And that's not a mom. And mind you, when we went through divorce, even before we even got divorced, I even told her if you want to stay with our daughter, you could, as long as because I'm strong believe that a woman, a child needs a mother. Like I said, needs both their parents, but it needs to grow up with their mom. And I told her, you can keep our daughter as long as I can see my daughter whenever I want to, because I know that bond. I wouldn't want to be separated. I don't want to separate no child from that bond, but she chose not to. So I took it upon myself to raise my daughter on my own, and my daughter's 20 years old now. I raised my daughter. My daughter's mother left when my daughter was 10 months old to go with another guy. Did I get mad? Did I get angry? No. The dude did me a favor. I wasn't gonna get mad. Whenever your girl plays you dirty, right? Don't be mad at the guy. Be mad at the girl. And all you gotta do is just leave her. Don't be mad at not the guy. If the guy's stupid, like, you know what? I don't care. I don't care if that's your man or he's your boy. I don't care. That's a different story. But if the guy out of nowhere and the guy she cheats with this guy, don't get mad. Don't get upset. It's gonna hurt, yeah. But don't get mad. Don't get upset. Just walk away. Walk away. Say see you. And I wouldn't bother you because that guy did you a favor. That guy did you a favor. It's like, have you ever watched the movie The Bronx with Chaz Palminteri and Robert De Niro? So in that movie, Chaz Palminteri played the mafia guy, and he had that young Italian kid with him that they years in jail for whatever stupidity he did. And he went after this guy because he owed him $20. He owed him $20. So every time he saw the guy, he went after him for $20. He never paid him because he loaned him the money. Never, the guy didn't want to pay. So Chad said, in the conversation, he said, "Yo, how much is he? $20." So think about it as a gift. You got rid of somebody that has no meaning in your life for $20. Think about it that way. This guy did you a favor, and your wife cheated on you, your girlfriend cheated on you. He did you a favor because now you know that she was never loyal. Now you know that she was never faithful. Now you know she was never meant to be. You just leave her. And then this goes both ways. This goes, a guy cheats on you. Don't get mad at the girl. Get mad at the guy. You leave him, and that's it. But a lot of things a lot of girls have, if they do wrong, if they say, I want to cheat with you, I want to cheat on you with your best friend, that's not a good thing to do. You know what's the best way that you can get back at your ex? Is being with someone that's better than your ex. That's the best way to get back at your ex. Let him know. You don't have to throw it in his face, because in the world that we live in today, in the social media world that we live in today, he's going to know or she's going to know that you're with a person, going to see you smile, and going to say, wow, he or she never smiled with me like that. Or he or she looks better now. Oh man, I messed up. Oh damn, and then that person will think about it twice before going. If it's a person that has conscience, okay, and I don't know, so, but don't think about it as oh, she did me dirty, I'm gonna have to kill him. Nah, don't even think about that. Just do what you gotta do, man. Just drop the girl, let her do her own little thing, let the guy do his own little thing, and you just move on. And girls, women, if the guy that you met has 5 or 6 kids, or even have 1 kid, and doesn't take care of that 1 kid, why would you sleep with that person? Why would you give that person a kid? Think about it. Never say, oh, black men are bums, or black men do this, or Hispanic men do that. You knew the guy before you met him. You knew how he was before you even opened your legs to him, right? You knew the way he was. He wasn't there for his kids. He wasn't doing this for his kids. He wasn't doing that for his kid. So what makes you think he's going to change for you? Think about that. A true man stays with you, whether he likes it or not. Not like it or not, but he stays there for you, for your baby. Like, you know what, maybe things are not working out, but I'm going to be here for my son or daughter. You and I don't have to see eye to eye. You and I don't even have to talk to each other. But I'm going to be here for my kid. That's all. Then you avoid, and men, you avoid all this hassle for going for child support. You go, just pay your child support. Most women, if you give them, if you give a woman the minimum, most women will be satisfied with that because they're seeing that you're making an effort. And most women say, "Man, he can't afford this much, but I'm gonna help. I'm gonna be good with him." And there's some women that just want to squeeze the crack out of you. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. By the way, it's a good conversation with you guys. Congratulations, Mr. Random, on your baby girl, Jay Lee. Please, please, please. And then you get out of here because that was my mechanic said he cracked 6 bolts. He cracked 6 whatever, trying to take one bolt out. 6 sockets, I mean. That means he's not a very good mechanic. I gotta get rid of him. All right, guys. Hopefully see you tonight. Peace. Let me see this.